I also have other personal things that I have to deal with. Siyempre, very vulnerable po yung mga kabataan ngayon. And I also do admit na I'm still vulnerable at this age. And I think na yung naka-trigger is of course other people. No? Kasi it's you know that nagging feeling when you always hear something negative about you when in fact they don't know what they're talking about. At this young age, hindi ko na po kaya. Because iba-iba kasi yung capacity natin to hold to hold emotions.
Tama.
And ako, I feel na I'm at my limit already. So, parang talagang nirest ko na kay Lord. And it really helps na I have faith. And my faith helped me a lot so that I will go or I will pass through these kinds of challenges.
Everyone around us are struggling. Hindi lang natin kasi yung iba mas showy, yung iba naman mas vocal. Ang usually nakawawa yung mga tipo natin na we just shut up. Diba? Kasi baka minsan nga iniisip kasi natin baka kasi din kasi may pinagdadaanan ayo. Problema yan po pag naiipot yan. Third episode, wala pa rin natin ng intro. Pero it's a good day mga katoyo. And sana yung sinasabi naming twice a month. Nasarapan natin ng team, ng production team no, na gawin natin to. Parang hindi na to twice a month. Naging every Sunday na yung ating episode. No? Supposedly kasi first Sunday and third Sunday of the month lang natin siyang gagawin. Pero thank you din kasi ang tindi ng suporta. Hindi nauubos yung mga nagko-comment, mga nagre-react dun sa mga previous videos natin. And thank you din kasi very supportive kayo. Hindi lang dito sa podcast series natin, kundi yung bago nating series, Gayam Ventures. Tapos may iniisip na naman si James. Kasi si James, pareho kaming gusto namin pahirapan yung mga sarili namin. No? So may naisip na naman siya. So baka sa Monday or Tuesday, syempre Project Citrus, once a month po yung series natin na yan. Pero baka sa Monday or Tuesday, bigla na may sumulpot na bagong series. No? So first and foremost, thank you sa ating sponsors. As usual, Pizzeria Blend. Located sila sa likod ng Clisok Field. They serve pizza, they serve pasta, and they serve coffee. Kita-kita na naman. Of course, to Marlene's Glute Aesthetic Clinic. Located siya, harap lang siya ng Mrs. Baker's, no? So, si Nurse Twinnie. So, sa mga gustong magpa-beauty enhancement, bisita lang kayo doon. Of course, Sam's Kitchen, sa mga may gusto mag-hire ng grazing table, mobile bar, juice bar, perfume bar, lahat ng klase ng bar nandun. Kontakin nyo lang si Badet. As usual, nasa comment section yung ating mga links, no? And hindi syempre mawawala ang pinaka-biggest supporter natin, the one and only Papa Jing, Attorney Jose Jing Gambito, our governor, at yung kanyang Facebook page na Gayam TV. So, nasa comment section lahat ng mga links na yun. Try and visit din yung kanilang mga Facebook pages. No? So, ayun nga, yung supposedly twice a month, naging thrice a month na. Baka, next week, mag-shoot kami ulit. Pero naibusan na rin kami ng guest ideas, no? So, kung sino sa tingin nyo yung gusto nyong i-guest natin para sa podcast, comment nyo lang sa video na to. And you're watching this on a Sunday, syempre, Happy Father's Day sa lahat ng ama. Huwag na nating isali yung mga lalaking hindi nagpaka-ama. Let's bring in our guest. Sabi ni Jay kanina sa akin, one of the most beautiful faces in the province of Nueva Vizcaya. Our first runner-up for the 2024 Sanyata Team Nueva Vizcaya and the reigning Sanyata Team Bayombong, no less than Miss Athena Lodivico. Ayan! Bago ko makalimutan kasi lagi ko nakakalimutan to, laging nasushoot natin of the video. Meron kami syempreng gift as usual sa aming guest.
Wow.
To Miss Athena, this is our gift for you para hindi mo makalimutan. Ayan, this is an artwork by Miss Shanley Antonio. Pwede na nating sabihin resident artist natin kasi sa kanya naman tayo lagi kumukuha. Ayan. So, ayan.
Thank you so much.
Si Miss Shanley, no? So, dito na lang natin lagay. Yan. Huwag lang natin lalagyan ng kandila para ba. Ayun. So, thank you, Miss Athena, for gracing our invitation. Sa totoo lang, gabing-gabi na yun. Nung nagbatuhan kami ng email. Kasi ako talaga, hindi ko alam kasi kung mag-shoot pa kami ulit this month. Pero sabi ko, why not? Total, andyan naman si James para mapuyat mag-edit, no? But, since we all now know who is Athena, dahil marami na rin naman nag-guest sa yung content creator, no? Mas gusto naman namin malaman. Although, when you won the Sanyata Team Bayombong last year, no? Tama.
Yes,
last year, you were only 17. Tama, no?
17.
I watched that episode kasi May mga nabanggit ka na before, but we want to refresh din. Lalo yung mga katoyo natin na laging nakasubaybay sa atin, no? Mas gusto namin makilala ngayon before we start and to dive deeper, no? Who is Athena, no? Who is Athena? Aside from alam ko sanay ka na niyan. People always tell you that you are the lookalike of course Catriona Gray, no? Our Miss Universe. But who is Athena? Behind everything, behind the pageantry, sino ba si Athena? So that yung mga katoya natin magkaroon naman ng konting background.
I actually love that question kasi before I was really young, very young when I started joining pageant. I started when I was 14 and then I continued when I was 16, 17 until I reached the age of 18. So very young, I have a very young perspective, not just about pageant but also about the world. And of course, there's also a time na I went through identity crisis. Na I don't know what to do. I don't know if pageant is for me. I'm still in the stage of experimenting, exploring, and still being a child at that time. And until now, I still have some pieces in myself na I still feel like a child. Pero before, it was really different. At that time po, before pageant, I have, a lot of doubts in myself. Kasi I was new here in Vizcaya.
Yes.
I moved in here when during the pandemic, so the environment was so new to me. I have no idea how would I fit in with the new environment that I was put in. So I always have the tendency to try and want to fit in with the people. So at first, I really struggle a lot in making friends because I was an introvert growing up. And then the experience here made me always want to explore, get to know more about the people, the community of Bayongo. And although I have some down moments in doing that, I also find true friends here. And I also enjoyed the places, the things that I've learned and tried here in Nueva Vizcaya. So I think my experience before has helped me a lot so that I could really find myself. And the experience that I had before really made me think na I want to represent Vizcaya. And even outside pageantry, I was always that kind of person na always finding her purpose, always curious about other things. And I think that helps me grow as a person up to now.
So for a person that who is as young as you are, nakakatuwa pakinggan, no, yung trying to find a purpose. Kasi marami sa kabataan ngayon. Marami lang, not necessarily everyone, no. Marami yung aside from hindi while we are lahat naman tayo, even us na medyo may edad na, no. We find it may mga times pa rin that we question ourselves, ano ba talaga yung gusto nating gawin. Kaya nga meron yung mga as late as 40s, 50s, doon pa lang talaga nila nahanap yung kanilang passion in life, no. But nakakatuwa na that at an early age, hinahanap mo na yung ano ba yung purpose mo, purpose driven kumbaga, yung gusto nating klase ng buhay, no. So, you came from, but who is originally from Bayongbong?
My parents are from Nueva Vizcaya.
Ah, talaga.
My mother, she's from Aritao. Pero ever since yung mga tita ko po nagka-work na sila, they started to parang nagsettle na sila sa Bayongbong.
Oh, so when you move in, tapos pandemic pa, no?
Yes.
So, ibang environment na nga, it was during one of these, lahat tayo kasi nag-adjust during the pandemic, eh. Ibang-iba dun sa nakasanayan natin. Tapos ikaw naman, coming from, what place, by the way?
Laguna po.
So, sa Laguna ka din lumaki.
Yes.
So, talagang sobrang change kasi while kahit medyo laid back din naman yung buhay doon, medyo may pagka-probinsya pa rin. Pero ibang-iba pa rin kasi pagpasok mo ng Nueva Vizcaya, malayong-malayo, no. So, talagang total adjustment, no. And safe to say that somehow pageantry naging way siya para maka-adjust ka. And now you are, 'di ba? Dati gusto mo lang kilalanin tong napakaganda nating probinsya. Now you want to proudly represent Nueva Vizcaya, not only in pageantry but in other aspects. Nakakatuwa lang yung ganun. May mga ganito pa palang kabataan, no. So, coming now to my second question, mukhang nasagot na, di ba? How pageantry or how joining Sanyata first in Bayongbong. So, pang ilang pageant mo na siya kung tutusin?
Pageant And I started in SMU po, senior high. So I think Sanyata is my fourth pageant.
O pang-apat na.
Yes.
Now, the question is how it changed you as a person. Itong pageant journey mo, not only Sanyata, Nueva Vizcaya, Sanyata Tibayongbong, in SMU, yung first pageant mo. Paano niya nabago? And kasi yung iba, ang tingin lang naman kasi sa pageantry, syempre, it's the physical, yung kung ano lang yung nakikita natin eh. Pero how did it change you as a person?
For me, sir, you mentioned a while back, you said purpose-driven. And I really like that word kasi that was right. I was purpose-driven. Pero before that, I have a lot of struggles to overcome before I really find my core, my purpose in the things that I wanted to do. First is, I've started here na I don't know anyone, I don't know the places. It was really a culture shock for me to live here in Nueva Vizcaya. At first, I was really not feeling the place kasi I was homesick with my old,
Yes.
in
Yung mga
Laguna.
friends,
Yes,
of course.
I always find the environment there. Pero when I get to know the people here, the way people live here, parang it motivates me na I want to know more about our place, our Nueva Vizcaya. And during that journey, I found healing there. And aside from that, although I have a lot of struggles, there are also times na I have fun, I have a lot to learn in this place. And that's really nice kasi I've realized na kahit pala mahirap, there are also moments in your life na you will feel at peace, you will feel enjoyment in an environment that you don't know or you're not familiar with. So I think na yung first sali ko ng pageant po, I was not really thinking a lot about it. I was just enjoying, I was just happy to be there, enjoying the crowd, no? But I also told myself na in everything that I do, I should give my best. Even if it's hard, I should give my best. And from that, I started feeling na, manalo matalo, I have to give everything that I can. And if pageantry is not for me, well, at least I tried. At least I give my best. And so yun, from that, dun nag-stem yung passion ko from pageantry. And pageantry changed me in a way na I can also feel other people, na I can also connect with them. Kasi being an introvert, it's really hard.
Yes.
It's really hard to connect to some other people. But at the same time, pageantry made it easy for me so that I can penetrate the lives of others. And also, the stories of other people are very inspiring. And this journey, the journey that I have, of course, the sisterhood sa time namin. And the girls that I've met during my pageants, ang dami kong nakukuha sa kanila. Ang dami kong na-adapt, which is good. Kasi wow, si ganito, she's really strong. She's really coming in strong kapag mga ganitong bagay. And well, si ganito, she's very kind. And I really like na I'm getting something from other women. Na we empower each other. And I think that's the beauty of joining pageant.
And tulad nung episode natin with Leia Lynn, yun yung diniscuss namin isang topic hindi kasi alam nung iba na behind pageantry, behind the stage, there's a sisterhood na nabubuo. Well, not always, not all the time. Syempre, you can squeeze in with everybody, no. Pero somehow sa lahat ng mga batch ng mga ganitong pageant na yung mga na-encounter ko yung mga candidates, laging ganyan, may nabubuong ibang klaseng friendship, no. Kasi there's something that you can relate to always sa kanila. Kumbaga, kung yung mga sumasali ng mga organizations, kasi may common passion, may common ground, no. And it's refreshing to talk to someone. Well, Athena is only 18 years old, no, and we're way past yung marka sa kalendaryo, no. Pero it's refreshing na may mga ganito pa palang kabataan, may ganitong perspective, no. So now going further, no. First of all, congratulations for graduating with honors. Senior high, kagagraduate lang, and of course you're about to embark to another stage in your life, college life, which is more stressful. Mas complicated yan, more stressful, no. But seeing your post, I've read dun sa Pinhadulo that you want to pursue psychiatry in the future. I'm assuming that you'll be taking up a pre-med course. So anong balak mong course na kunin?
BS Psychology.
BS Psych, So talagang yun na yung pinaghahandaan mo, no. Well, timing, no? June pala is Men's Mental Health Month. May nagsuggest sa akin actually na gawin sana siyang podcast topic. Sabi ko kasi, may lalaki bang gustong sumalang at willing mag-open up, no? Kasi, of course, lalaki din ako and ang circle ko ay karamihan lalaki. I know that they won't speak up about this topic, but baka next na Sunday makahabol, no? Let's talk about men's mental health. But related to that, can you tell us bakit? May backstory ba? Bakit ito yung gusto mong i-pursue na course and profession in the future?
I'm glad you asked kasi I think this is my first time sharing to a wider audience about my backstory, why I chose psychology or to pursue psychiatry. It was actually very recent when I found out na I wanted to pursue this course. Kasi before, I was really settled kung ano po yung course na ipupursue ko and I've already made plans about it. Pero it's just last minute when I found out na I want this.
Ito pala yung gusto mo.
Yes, this is my career. This is going to be my career. And it is because I've also suffered from mental health. It's actually ironic to say that pageant triggered my mental health issues.
Because of yung mga bashers ba yan?
Yes.
Partly?
Yes, partly. Pero of course, aside from bashers, I also have other personal things that I have to deal with. However, syempre, very vulnerable po yung mga kabataan ngayon. And I also do admit na I'm still vulnerable at this age. And I think na yung naka-trigger is of course other people. No? Kasi it's you know that nagging feeling when you always hear something negative about you when in fact they don't know what they're talking about.
Yes. Oo
Kasi
naman.
people can be really harsh nowadays.
Yes.
They can really tell a lot of things that's not even true.
Yes.
Especially the rumors. So I hated that. Pero of course, I cannot control what other people say or think about
Yes.
me. So I just have to really control my emotions. Pero at that time, I was in my last straw na. I cannot handle anything anymore. You know, I'm in the verge of breakdown. So I also admitted. And that's really hard on my part. And sa parents ko especially, they don't know na I'm suffering from depression.
That you're struggling.
Yes, they don't know anything. Nalaman lang nila when I attempted.
Okay.
Yes. So, when that happens, I saw how my mother was very devastated, frustrated. And when I saw her face, she's really crying kasi doon ako nagkaroon ng mindset na I would never do this again. Kasi although I am hurting, may parents ako, may family ako, my friends, and they will also hurt for me. And instead na magpadala ako sa mga ganong klaseng tao, I just have to remind myself na ano ba talaga yung worth mo. And from that day, although the healing process was not easy na when you talk to yourself, it's already over, you're done. Pero the healing process, it takes willingness to really come out, to really free yourself from that depression. And my journey kasi is, my parents supported me a lot paano mag-heal. And I went to therapy, and also I assessed myself.
And you're not ashamed to tell us that.
Of course. Kasi I'm pursuing these kinds of things.
Yes.
Kasi this is my story, and I want people to learn from my story.
Yes.
Pero ultimately, on that struggle, I was with the conversation kay God na I'm really telling Him na hindi ko na kaya, Lord. At this young age, hindi ko na po kaya. Because iba-iba kasi yung capacity natin to hold to hold emotions.
Tama.
And ako, I feel na I'm at my limit already. So, parang talagang nirest ko na kay Lord. And it really helps na I have faith. And my faith helped me a lot so that I will go or I will pass through these kinds of challenges. And although I admit na still now I still have relapses, pero what's important is that I'm coping and I have a healthy environment
Yes.
around me. So, parang being a psychology student, pursuing psychiatry, I feel na I also want to make a healthy environment for those people people who are struggling. Kasi somehow, they need someone who will listen to them. And I think that I should also be that person.
Kami kasi sa Squad Podcast, no? Yung iba kasi, some other creators, they do a initial talk with the guests. Kaya sometimes okay na yung flow. But this is teka lang, medyo na-hold back talaga ako dun sa part na yun. Kasi, well, first and foremost, we're thankful that you were very open about that. Not everyone has the courage to open up about things like that. And sometimes that's the problem. Kasi dahil wala tayong mapag-speak up. I have some friends who dumaan din sa ganyang stage, and marami pa nga sa kanila na i-refer ko to some psychiatrist. That's one problem pala, no? Ang hirap pong mag-access ng psych sa Nueva Vizcaya. Although we have on meron tayo sa R2, meron din sa Salubris, but yung sa Salubris ata is a visiting psych lang din. Minsan parang hirap. Sometimes when we are very much prepared na to get medical attention or get medical help, ang hirap i-access nung services na yon. Compared to other ailments na punta ka lang sa clinic, meron na. Yung iba pa nga, madadaan pa sa over-the-counter na meds. But ito kasi totally different. And opening up about that, I know na marami sa viewers natin yung makaka-relate yan. Kasi even us, yung generation namin, kasi yung generation namin sinasabi, yung generation nyo kasi yun yung matitigas. Sabi.
Yes.
But hindi rin lang din nila alam kung ilang beses ding dumaan, lalo yung mga sa akin sa batch ko, mga kalalakihan doon sa batch namin. Hindi nyo lang din alam. But siguro yung generation lang namin kasi hindi masyadong tinanggap na lang, kumbaga. Kimkimin mo na lang yan and everything. However, we should acknowledge that each generation, kasi may pagkakaiba-iba yan, depende dun sa upbringing. Minsan nga, sinisisi pa yung generation namin or yung generation ahead of us na sabi kasi nila, ang rupok nung henerasyon ngayon. Baka, sino bang nagpalaki sa mga yan, di ba? Yung mga earlier generation din lang. So, it must have contributed somehow. And it's really, medyo na-hold back pa ako kasi ito yung perfect example, no, na what you see from the outside, hindi mo alam yung nangyayari inside. And nakakalungkot minsan na, kaya ako ever since, alam ng mga kaibigan ko yan, unang sign pa lang na may something wrong, I always ask the question, may problema ba? May mga kaibigan kami nagbe-breakdown, tawagan kami agad. Yan, si Herson, tatawagan ko agad yan. Tol, di ako makaalis, ikaw na nga pumunta. Pupuntahan namin agad. Kasi kapag conscious tayo kasi sa mga people around us, madali natin makita. But being a parent now, no, I can't also blame yung mga parents minsan. Kasi, ganun pala kasi pag parent ka na. Sobrang, ang iniisip mo na lang is how to give, ano yung susunod na kakainin, gastos sa school and everything. Na kahit gusto mong upuan yung anak mo at kausapin. I appreciate, syempre, yung mga parents that can still do that. But not everyone. Magkakaiba ng case meron yung mga talagang babad sa trabaho, the demands of the work, just to give a comfortable life. And mabuti na lang, at least nakita mo sa ganung perspective. Yung iba kasi talagang sisisihin ng todo kasi yung mga magulang ko. But ikaw, ang una mo nakita during that time is, no, I'm loved. Hindi ko lang siguro nakita doon sa perspective. Masyado lang ako nilamon ng thoughts, no, ng negative thoughts. And nobody can blame you. But also, nobody can still blame din naman yung people around us, no? Sometimes kasi we feel that the people around us are not that sensitive, but we tend to forget that even them are also under struggling din. Everyone around us are struggling. Hindi lang natin means kasi yung iba mas showy, yung iba naman mas vocal. Ang usually nakawawa yung mga tipo natin na we just shut up, diba? Kasi baka minsan nga, iniisip kasi natin, baka kasi datin kasi may pinagdadaanan. Problema yan po pag naiipot yan. Kaya napaka-importante na aside from our family, no? The family is our core, but aside from our family, it's ang ganda minsan kapag meron kang solid na support system. Meron kang group of friends na hindi ka aayain sa inuman, no? Pag may problema sa inuman ka agad aayain, no? Naaayain ka to just voice out, kwentuhan lang. Kasi minsan sa totoo lang, kapag naikwento mo, it doesn't guarantee that gagaan na lahat, but at least you know that someone shares na. You shared it to someone na hopefully a portion of may sasalo na sa'yo.
Yes.
Kasi alam na nila, ay, medyo sensitive na sila doon sa part na yon kasi huwag nyo muna pag-usapan yan kasi medyo sensitive pa si Athena dyan. So, things sort of ganyan. Napaka-importante hanapin nyo yung mga kaibigan. At syempre, sa pamilya kasi, hindi na naman natin pwedeng piliin ang pamilya natin eh. Kasi yung pamilya natin, dyan na yun eh. But, that's why it's so important. And, mind you, your family will always be there for you. Tatalikuran ka ng lahat, pero ang pamilya mo hindi.
Yes.
There are some na hindi. Oo, totoo yun. Kasi may mga pamilya pa minsan na sila pa manlulubog sa'yo. But not everyone. And same as true. But with a group of friends or yung circle mo sana, piliin mo mabuti. Kasi hindi yung mas mapapasama ka pa, kundi yung kaya kang hilain mula doon sa dark period na yan. Grabe, bigat nun.
Very healthy.
And
something.
And things like this, no? When sometimes kasi you're now considered siyempre as a public figure given your status as one of our sanyata, no? Not only in Bayombong but to the whole province, and maraming na-mesmerize kasi sa'yo. And now, they get to see another side of the story na a beautiful face, one of the beautiful faces sabi ko ngayon ng Vizcaya. Someone who is always smiling. Kasi yung smile natin na medyo iba yung nakaka-radiate, di ba? Naturally vibrant na smile, no? May mga pinagdadaanan pa rin. So, lesson for this podcast is always try to be sensitive to the point na you look deeper from what you are seeing. Pag ang nakikita mo ay all smiles, malay natin yung pinagdadaanan. So, hindi masama yung minsan tanungin natin yung kaibigan natin kahit gaano pa siya ka-jolly na, uy, kamusta? Sometimes, no, yung, uy, kamusta? Pero lang yung, uy, kamusta pa utang, ah. Pero yung, uy, kamusta? Okay ka lang? Although yung okay ka lang kasi na question, parang sa amin, napakaban na siya. Pero at least when you ask someone kung okay lang sila, mali natin mag-open up sila. Well, that's one heavy part of this podcast, no? But somehow it's refreshing kasi you were very much willing to open up and at least people gets to see this. And kung si Athena nga, very much fun na mag-open up. Tayo pa kaya? So when there are problems, look for that support system who you can talk to. It could be your parents, it could be your brother, your sister, it could be your friends. It could also be a medical practitioner. Diba? Huwag kayong mahiya. Shoutout dun sa kaibigan ko. Sa kanya ko nakita, ito kasi bubbly din na person. Hindi ko siya papangalanan. Pero yung mga naka-follow sa akin, feel ko kilala nila to kasi lagi ko siyang pinagtitripan sa page ko. And hindi din siya nahihiya dun sa condition niya. She regularly goes for check-up. And binamay din niya, pinopost niya. Not to seek attention, but to inform people that there is help. Meron, wag niyong sabihin na wala, meron. Nasa tapang lang talaga natin na lumapit. So, that's the main reason now that you want to pursue psychiatry, to help other people.
Yes, and also, it helps na I have experiences like this. Para I can also share something.
Tama.
And it's something that's close to my heart. Kaya I want to pursue this career.
Yeah. And sometimes kasi ganun na. Yung pag personal kasi, when we tell advices kasi to other people, sometimes mas may diin talaga kasi kapag, na-experience ko din eh. Kaya I know the feeling. So now, being Nyata Tino Vizcaya first runner-up 2024. What are your personal plans as pag nananalo ka kasi sometimes for a pageant, no? Nagkakaroon ka ng platform.
Yes.
And how do you intend to use that platform now for you, for your personal growth, and of course for the community?
Actually, before I even joined pageants, I already have established a platform. Not really a platform, but I've been volunteering to the children. And siguro nung nagka-pageant, this is my chance to elevate the help that I'm giving the children.
Yes.
And of course, the children is very close to my heart. Kahit bata rin ako dati, I also feel for other children, especially those children na not privileged in life. I've always felt na I have to give something. Not necessarily financially, kasi we're really not rich din naman before. Pero if I really have something to share with them, I always give them something. Especially siguro yung mga toys ko, yung mga learning materials ko na I'm not really using, sinishare ko. And a little backstory about why for marginalized children, yung platform ko during Sanyata is because before in Laguna, yung house namin is malapit sa mga
Sa slums.
Yes, for the mga bata na wala silang permanent homes. And of course, hindi naman po ako picky. I would play with them. I've seen na yung life nila, it was really hard. And ako na personally, hindi naman ganun. So of course, nagkaroon ako ng curiosity why. And
Eye-opener siya sa'yo.
and kahit bata ko, I also feel something na parang this is wrong. Bakit hindi sila sinusuportahan? Why is no one helping them? So ako, kung ano lang yung mabigay ko, laruan, actually may allowance po ako nun, nung bata ko. 500 every month. 500 na yon, ang ginagawa ko is binibili ko ng mga papers, learning materials lang, anything, na I could share with them. And kasi yung mga kalaro ko po nun, I'm a little bit older than them. So, mas bata sila konti. So, ang ginagawa ko, may garahe po kasi yung bahay namin doon dati. So, pinapupunta ko sila sa garahe. Tapos, nagti-teacher-teacheran kami. And after that, yung mga supplies na binili ko, dinidistribute ko sa kanila. My reason is so that ma-encourage silang mag-aral.
Tama.
So, ayun, dun po nag-start. And I think na kahit lumipat ako dito, kahit iba na yung environment, never nawala sa heart ko yung mga bata. And lalo na now I'm more capable of helping, hindi nawala yung mga bata. Kasi I understood na kahit representative ako ng Nueva Vizcaya, I have to focus on other things, on promoting our province, our culture. Siyempre, part yung mga bata kung bakit ganito yung Nueva Vizcaya. And sooner or later, sila yung magiging future natin, diba?
Tama.
So we have to give them something to work with. Something that they could remember, they could feel na they are valued sa society natin, sa community. So that hindi nila maiisip na hindi sila pinag-iwanan. And although our government is doing their best really to help these children, hindi naman po lahat talaga na-access. Not every time, not always. So kaya nga may mga private sectors, may mga individuals who are trying to help para ma-penetrate yung mga lives ng mga bata na yun. So that hindi lang isang beses matutulungan, but monitor na matutulungan. So I'm also still pursuing my platform for the children. Actually, I've already started now. So
you can share it.
Yes.
Baka pwedeng we can use this platform naman namin to call for help.
Yes, thank you so much. So, nag-start na po ako to pursue my platform. Pero first, I started giving school supplies po muna. Of course, sa community ko, sa church po muna namin. And then, I am coordinating with my co-student council, si Carl Cabrera. Kasi he's very hands-on with this kind of project. So, I think na he's the right person to talk with, na I can team up with while finding other people also to help. And we are planning to start, wala pang solid plan, pero we are planning to start something that could help the children. Parang ang naiisip namin ngayon is balik eskwela kids.
Yes, kasi malapit ng pasukan.
And ako talaga ako sa mga bata na who pursues their education. Kasi it's very important, especially sa Philippines. So, ayun yung gusto kong pagtuunan ng pansin as of now. And ayun yung pinaka-attainable pa lang sa akin ngayon. So, I am calling those people na if ever we started this project.
Yes.
I will also do some postings on my social media account, on my Facebook, Athena Lodivico. So, you will see how our project goes and how you could help the children.
And ngayon pa lang, our squad is giving that commitment that we will help you with that project.
Thank you so much.
Let's use our network and your network. Pag pinagsama naman kasi yan, diba?
Yes.
And totoo naman yung sinabi ni Athena, no, na even kahit anong gawin kasi minsan ng gobyerno, the resources are not that enough. Kasi tandaan natin when government budgets kasi it's budgetful. Pag binabudget nila yung pera na allocated for them for this year, ang daming pupuntahan yan. And hindi naman pwedeng, yes, yung kung naintindihan lang kasi natin minsan yung budgeting process. No? Well, syempre, many will argue na, hindi kasi iba kasi nakukurap ganito ganyan. Well, given those situation, no. But still, kahit tanggalin mo kasi yung corruption, sa equation, mahirap pa rin kasi limited lang naman. What is a billion to think na ang lawak nung kailangan puntahan. Ang daming programa, magpapasemento ng kalsada, suporta sa edukasyon, nandiyan na lahat. So, pero nakakatuwa pa rin kasi like I think Villaverde, under the leadership of Mayor Attorney Oning Baltoribio. Child-friendly, one of the most child-friendly municipalities in the Philippines, meaning they have programs for the children. That is being recognized as somehow very vital, no? To be recognized as one of the most child-friendly municipalities in the whole country, no? And of course, even our provincial governor, no, si Governor Jing, Papa Jing, no? Maraming programa ang sa nutrisyon, sa PSWDO. Pero at the end of the day, talaga kasing kukulangin yan given the scarce resources na meron ng isang structure, no? Isang local government structure. But nonetheless, people like Athena now, and actually kami, we're also part of a non-government organization. I've been doing this actually every December naman namin siya kinakandak. Pero ito kasi pag Christmas syempre, ang unang dapat sumaya dyan mga bata. That's why we have 50 with every year. And pang ilang year na rin namin to. We go to the parplang areas then to give something, at least may Noche Buena package lang. Pagsasaluhan yung mga pamilyang nasa yung term nilang laylayan ng lipunan talaga. Mga napag-iiwanan, no. And now, nakakatuwa that you're trying to use your platform for that to help other people. Kumbaga, yan naman yung nakakatuwa minsan na when we have this, kasi minsan pag may platform ka, that could be considered something of influence, of power, no? And when you try to use that sa magandang bagay, nakakatuwa. Ito yung iba kasi ginagamit yung platform nila sa kalokohan, no? So, as early as now, we're pretty much committed, the Nomovis Squad, and hopefully the whole content creators community, yung mga content creator natin, let's use our platforms for this kind of activities, no? Especially sa call for action. Let's call for aid, let's call for donations. So, lalo tama yun, malapit ng pasukan, no? And now, bilang panghuli, we would like to ask you, balikan ko, salamat for sharing yung kwento, no? Timing sa mental health month pa pala talaga, no? So, hindi kasi ito planado, no? And I don't even know that backstory of Athena. And thank you for being brave enough to share it for other people to learn din. Kailangan lang, cliche na siya, pero talagang minsan kailangan lang natin din maging matibay, maging matapang. Kahit sukong-suko na tayo. Sometimes we just need to rest. Totoo to, kailangan lang minsan natin magpahinga. Hindi natin kailangang lumisan. Kailangan natin magpahinga kasi sometimes, pag sobrang bigat na, baka rest lang din yung kailangan. Although hindi yun enough, I know. Sometimes talaga iba kailangan na ng medical intervention. And we hope dumami pa ang mga psychiatrists sa province para naman accessible sa lahat. So, now, I hope that we can still bring you in for our other series, di ba? I hope na kahit paano in-enjoy mo tong podcast natin para the next time we invite you, no? For other topics din. Kasi nakakatuwang kausap si Athena. Hindi lang siya maganda, talino pa. Medyo nag-nosebleed na nga ako kanina eh. Pero, any last message for all the Nueva Vizcayanos out there, especially the young people of Nueva Vizcaya who idolizes you, who now who are inspired by you. So, any last message for them? For this episode, hindi to last message naman. For this episode lang.
For this episode, first of all, I would like to take this chance to say thank you. And I'm very grateful for those people who supported me during my Sunyata journey. And up to now, to those people who are still supporting me, I am very much honored to represent Vizcaya, Nueva Vizcaya. And if I would be giving any last message to the people, especially to the youth of Nueva Vizcaya, I would say that never lose hope. Never lose hope in pursuing your dreams, your passion, your ambition, because the world has a lot to offer to all of us. And if we don't get the chance now, we still have another chance. We have endless chance until we're still living in this world. So please never lose hope and never stop spreading kindness. Always try to see the good in the situation, in the people, and then in the things that we do, so that we could also radiate a positive change in our community. That's all, and I'm very grateful again to be one of the Novo Vizcayanos.
Ayan. So, thank you, Athena.
Thank you.
And of course, ulit, thank you sa ating mga sponsors kasi kung napapansin nyo pa ulit-ulit namin mention kasi mga sponsors namin. No? Kasi alam nyo, ang hindi naman makakapag-produce ng mga ganitong videos kung wala sponsor. Kaya thankful po ako, of course, to Papa Jing, Attorney Jing, Governor Jing Gambito, to Pizzeria Blend, to Sam's Kitchen, and to Merlane's Glut Aesthetic Clinic. Sa mga gusto mag-sponsor pa para mas marami pa tayong magawang video, baka gawin na natin twice a week. De, joke lang. Baka naman, wala lang. Mag-breakdown. Baka biglang mag-breakdown yung editor natin. Si, of course, behind the camera again, James Jimenez, the one and only, and our drone guy, Krag, you know. So, thank you and hope to see you on the next podcast. By the way, yung kalahati kasi napapanood sa Facebook, but yung kalahati napapanood sa YouTube. So, thank you again for the support sa lahat ng social media platforms ng Nobobi Squad. Thank you and until next time.